Hey Cacher, Derek here, Break 6 Clan. Today we're going to be doing a follow-up from the live stream that I did where I built this box, and I'm going to do the corrections that we talked about in the live stream. So, let's get started. Alright, so back on the live stream, we built this cache and you got to see kind of the process of going through and trying things out. I had an original idea, it didn't work, so we kind of switched to another one and see if that worked, and then after the fact, we kind of came up with a solution, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to show you the solution that we came up with and see if that works. And if you missed that live stream, I have a link down in the description, and then there'll be a card at the top that you can check after we're done here, so you can kind of see how the whole process of building this cache came about. And we also went into some aspects of why I'm using PVC board and the different things that I've learned about the PVC board on that live stream. So go check that out. So let's go ahead and look at what we have had in the past that did not work. And first thing is I tried using one of these little spacers like I did before with the nail, and what I found out that it just kind of gave too much wiggle on the nail and it caused some issues with the door on the front. So what I went back and did is I went back and 3D printed the spacer, but this time instead of it being so thin, it actually made it thicker. And this has actually, let's see how it works to keep that nail from moving around, and then we'll put it together with the clamps again, and then we'll see if there's any other adjustments that we need to make. So let's get that done. All right, so now I've got that back together, and it works really great, except the only thing, I mean, of course I don't have the top on it, of course, but now that that's not kind of giving as much here, I need to come back in on this bottom and kind of shave just a little bit off the bottom so it'll actually kind of close in there. So that's what I got to do next. I got to come in and shave a little bit off of this, and then everything should be ready to go, and we can go ahead and start gluing everything in place if this works. Okay, so now I've made that simple correction on the bottom of this door, kind of shaved it and kind of did it a little bit at an angle. Now that is not catching, and this is still staying up in place. So now I think I am ready to put the lid on, or the top of it. Not necessarily the lid, but you know, the top. And kind of hold that in place and see how it really works. And that just seems to really fall in there really good. Now you can kind of push it a little bit, but that's okay because it actually locks right there where you're not necessarily going to see what it's going to look like. All right, so now let's go ahead and glue everything in place and get it ready to go out in the field. All right, so now it's glued and in place. So they'll just kind of come up, they'll lift this up. Look in here, in the hole here, there's nothing there. And I'll probably have like a note or something saying, you don't think it's that easy, do you? And so then they have to figure out where it is in here. Well, it's just simple. This wall is actually on a hinge system. So they'll lift this up and they'll turn it to reveal where the container is, where the logbook. So just a really simple design. I hope you've enjoyed this. Now, if you want to see how I came up with the design and everything like that for this, don't forget to check out the live stream where I went into a lot of depth of kind of what we're doing, and you get to see some of the brainstorming and some of the trial and error on some of the aspect of this. So go ahead and check that out. I have it in the description, and there's a card up here at the top. So check that out. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments. Let me know, is this something that you kind of like? Would you like to find this one in the wild, or would you like to make one like this? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But hey, thanks for joining me, but don't go anywhere. Go check out another one of these stories just right over here and find the story behind the cache.